Our Caitlin Kirkpatrick is live from in front of the White House, where Chancellor Plowman is meeting with Donald Trump at 4 p.m. today. The meeting, called Saving College Athletics, is a roundtable discussion with other college officials to discuss college sports. Caitlin, some big names are going to be a part of this? That's right, guys. Chancellor Donald Plowman is inside the White House right now getting ready, along with other notable names in college sports like Tim Tebow, Nick Saban. They're all getting ready for the roundtable with President Donald Trump later today at 4 p.m. Now, they'll be discussing issues in college sports like NIL, the transfer portal, and so much more. We've been in contact with On3 Sports and the Chancellor's office to confirm all of this information. We will keep you updated with any information that comes out from the roundtable and anything that could possibly change college sports.
Tennessee has lost 2 games in a row to Kentucky. This will really be their game to decide whether or not they want to come up on top. So I think the fans can have a big deciding factor with that.
The Vols are headed to the Elite Eight after beating Kentucky 78-65. Alexi, give me your rundown of this game.
You know what was different from this game from the past 2 Kentucky games? Tennessee looked like a Final Four team.
After a dominant and exciting Tennessee victory, I asked fans how they're feeling heading into the Elite Eight.
Probably 3-1 blue to orange. We're walking away with 15-point victory.
Coach always tells us to never get sped up, and I feel like Coach does a great job putting us under pressure during practice, so we're prepared for these moments.
Hi, I'm Pat Ryan, former UT quarterback. I'm here to introduce the recognition of Bob Kessling and his outstanding career as voice of the Vols.
Coming in at moment 8, the voice that echoed through Vols fans' minds for decades, the legendary Bob Kessling.
This past fall, the legendary voice of the Vols announced his retirement after 26 incredible years of service with the Vol Network.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan McGee of ESPN, class of 93, here at the Miami Wet Grand Prix. And at number 7, our beloved Lady Vols taking down UConn.
For the first time since 2007, Tennessee has defeated Connecticut.
Tennessee with a strong second half with the finish.
Earlier this February, the Tennessee Lady Vols basketball squad took down the longtime rival UConn Huskies for their first time since 2007.
This top 25 clash between 2 iconic women's basketball programs brought in the largest home crowd for the Lady Vols this season. With the help of Z Spearman and Samara Spencer leading in points, the Big Orange defeated the Huskies in a high-scoring affair, 80-76.
With this being one of the biggest wins in Kim Caldwell's head coaching career with Tennessee, she has made it known that she is paving the path for her own legacy while paying homage to legendary Pat Summitt.
We played really hard. I think this was the game where we played the hardest, the most consistent. And so for them to run over and give me a hug was great. I want them to enjoy every moment of this.
You have to keep your composure against them, and I think she does a great job.
There's a new initiative from UT's Department of Parking and Transportation in partnership with Uber and a new AI hub coming to campus. Let's start with Uber. Up to 2,000 students who will register will receive up to 10 individual $10 vouchers that can be applied for trips originating within Knox County or to and from McGee-Tyson Airport. Eligible students must be enrolled as a first-year undergraduate student, live in an on-campus residence hall, and have not purchased a parking permit yet.
Earlier this morning, the Office of Provost announced that in late March, the UT AI Hub will launch. It will serve as a comprehensive platform to provide full versions of the 4 leading large language models, ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, and Claude. All tools will be available to faculty, staff, and students. The university encourages you to explore these resources and discover how they can support your academic and professional goals.
Now, as we are talking about some of the different passes that you could possibly have, there are some student ticket passes. So for any student, staff, or faculty, you can get different options to be able to purchase a ticket to Dollywood at a discounted rate.
I believe it's about half the price of an adult ticket.
Yeah.
And all you need to access this ticket is your student ID.
Any ID, you can use it for your family or any of your friends to be able to come to Dollywood. And you would get all the same options as you would in a regular pass as well. So it's a very good opportunity for us here at UT.
Well, once that final class ends this afternoon, Vols, you're officially on spring break time. Isn't that exciting? And it's going to be a rainy weekend here in Knoxville, so we're going to take a look at some temperatures around where you might be traveling. this weekend or this week. So this is your spring break outlook. But first, if you're headed anywhere on the East Coast, Atlantic Ocean, East Coast, watch out, rip currents. High risk of rip currents. When in doubt, don't go out. That's some ball knowledge right there. But if you do go out, you know, college kids, they can be dumb sometimes. If you go out there, swim parallel to the shores, parallel to the shore. So be careful of that. Rain chances southwest Florida. You're looking at Lakeland, Tampa, Arcadia, Sarasota. That's going to be rain Saturday, Sunday. Should clear up towards the middle of the week. And this is going to be something to look out for too. Fog, I know that says Friday morning, but it's really throughout the entire weekend. So you've got kind of the Panama City, Tallahassee area. We know you college kids like Panama City Beach. That's going to be fun. Be careful of fog on that Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. Now take a look at Florida for the entire week. Slight precipitation Saturday, Sunday. Should clear up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday, Saturday, a slight chance towards the end of your week. But should be overall a fantastic week if you're headed down to Florida or really anywhere on that kind of southwest East Coast. But most importantly, volunteers, be safe, take care of yourself, drink lots of water, hydrate, sunscreen. Should be a fantastic week. We'll send it back to the desk for Kendall, and you got it, guys. Take it away.
Of forcing you to adapt to them.
And although Coach Caldwell insists that she will never be Pat Summitt, it's impossible to talk about Lady Vol basketball without honoring the legend that is Coach Summitt.
Our own Alexi Cowan sat down and talked about one of the biggest names in women's basketball history.
Knoxville, Tennessee. Not only the home of the Volunteers, but of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Many legends are featured in these four walls, but one trailblazer is the reason this building stands tall in Knoxville. Mrs. Pat Head Summitt.
If a teammate gets confused and something's called, then y'all just commit to it. Just trust in each other during the series.
Led the Lady Vols to 8 national championships, 18 Final Fours, and 32 combined SEC titles. She is also the reason that Tennessee holds the record for most wins in NCAA women's basketball.
We got to really defend and we got to rebound. They're going to start really pushing tempo. Slow them down.
Not only was she a trailblazer for women's basketball, but for courage and strength.
Hey, it's Camille Spink, 8-time SEC champion for Tennessee swimming, and I'm here to introduce the number 6 moment for this incredible year of athletics on Rocky Top. Number 6 is the Tennessee Lady Vol swimming and diving performance during the championship season, where we collected 7 SEC titles, including my 3 wins in the 50, 100, and 200 freestyle, and Mona McSherry's 4th straight title in the 100 breast.
Thanks.
We have some breaking news coming out of Nashville today. A new bill introduced in the state legislature that could impact faculty here at the University of Tennessee and across the state. If it passes, it would not allow public higher education institutions to grant tenure to faculty beginning July 1st, 2026.
This does not impact any tenured faculty who've been granted tenure status before that date. We are following the story very closely and will continue to follow and unpack until a decision is made.
Guys, I'm Luca Tao.
And I'm Sophie Starkey. We are here in the Allen Jones Intercollegiate Aquatic Center.
And we're here to bring you our 3rd and 2nd best moments in Tennessee athletics from this year.
Hi, I'm Carlin.
I'm McKenna.
And coming in at number 78, number 3 is throwing the fastest pitch in NCAA history.
And softball winning the SEC conference in 2024. We're super excited for the rest of the season and the big things that are going to be coming.
As you almost certainly know, the Lady Vols softball team is where Carlin Pickens made her household name. Pickens recorded the fastest pitch in softball history at 78.2 miles per hour.
The previous record, 77 miles per hour, was also held by a familiar face to Tennessee, Monica Abbott. Truly an impressive feat on the softball diamond.
The whole team is on a hot streak, taking series wins against 2 of the highest ranked opponents on the road. First to go down was number 2 Oklahoma in Norman. After a 2nd game loss, your Lady Vols rounded out the series with a 5-3 win.
And then just 2 weeks later, your Lady Vols traveled to Austin, Texas to face off against the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns.
And the Lady Vols win the series against the top-ranked Longhorns.
The team bounced back after a first game loss to take the series and put them at the number 1 spot for the week. Earlier this semester, our Zach Pelfrey had the chance to sit down with seasoned softball coach Karen Weekly in the dugout.
Let's take a look at what she had to say about the team.
Do you ever just slow down and realize what you guys have built here?
When I do stop and think about that, I never think about accomplishments on the field, because that's really not what it's about. It's about the people you get to interact with every day and the young women that you hopefully get to have an impact on.
Coach, what does being a Lady Vol mean to you?
Being a Lady Vol means excellence. It means everything you do, you are striving to be the best, most competitive version of yourself.
I'm John Wilkerson with Tennessee Baseball. 34 years of being around the Big Orange, you always knew it was possible, but without a doubt, it was so special, June 24th, to be on hand when everybody's baseball dream came true. So counting it down to number one, Hello Win Column, it's Tennessee winning the national championship.
Championship in Knoxville for the baseball team. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, of course, at number one, has to be the national championship win in Omaha. What a great day to be a Tennessee Vol.
That's right, the Base Vols fought hard to get to the Natty, topping some of college baseball's toughest contenders. We talked early about Simo's cycle and Hunter Ensley's wall crash, but who could forget his crazy slide to solidify the win? What a nail-biter. The final result, of course, a 6-5 win in the championship game against Texas A&M.
It's the first national championship in Tennessee baseball's program history, and for Coach Tony Vitello, who managed to do it in just 4 years with the Vols.
An amazing win to round out some amazing moments. Now that number one moment, it was truly memorable. I remember being on campus and running up and giving the torchbearer a hug.
Yeah, I was abroad and stayed up until 3 a.m. and watched the whole entire game. But anyways, that might be our number one moment, but Smokey right here is our number one dog. I mean, from all of us here at TVC, we hope you have an incredible summer, and we'll see you back here for so much more in the fall.
I think it is confirmed that Tennessee is the everything school.
This morning, there was a protest organized by East Tennessee high school students in opposition to ICE agents in school. Our Grayson Thatcher is live in Market Square talking to people involved.
Now we're here in World's Fair Park, where there has been an anti-ICE in Knoxville schools protest this morning. It started at 9:30 and lasted until about 11. Now we got here and we were able to speak with a few people who attended the protest. Now one of them was an aunt and her niece. Now the aunt decided to pull her niece out of school today to be able to attend this protest that was fully organized by high school students. Now again, not as many people here anymore, but we spoke with the safety team as well. They said that there were 1,000 to 2,000 people here earlier today. Now, they also said there were only about 3 counter protesters that showed up. But again, a lot more quiet now here in World's Fair Park. We're going to keep an eye on things as the day progresses.
That's some important information right there. Thank you, Grayson.
Now, another food resource that you can find around campus are these Food for Vols fridges. You can grab it right out of the fridge.
Tennessee history was made tonight when the Vols found themselves with a top 5 finish, the first year in Tennessee swimming history where the men and the women both landed in the top 5, and it ended in the perfect fashion where the Vols took the championship in the 400 freestyle relay, setting a new NCAA record. Let's hear what the guys have to say and their reaction from the big win.
Couldn't be prouder of these boys. I mean, we went out with a bang. That's what we wanted. We talked about it all year at the start of the year. This relay is so diverse that, we had the ability to do one over there at SECs and then change it up here and just make things work based on the day, how we're feeling. All that comes from just us knowing each other, how we swim and train together all year, and just having this really close connection.
It was really special. I think you guys could see me, Jordan, crying a lot.
Yeah, I don't do that. So.
Yeah, me neither. It's really hard.
Nah, he's lying. He was fully tearing up. Guy's eyes were red.
I had a weak moment, but it was well deserved. I couldn't have asked for a better relay to go out on. I'm super proud of these boys. Not embarrassed about it at all.
In Tennessee's first individual event of the night, the Vols scored 3 guys in the 100 free for the first time since the 1990s. Lamar Taylor placed 9th, winning the consolation final, and Jordan Crooks had his best finish of his career in this event, placing 2nd, and Guy was in the top 3 for the 2nd year in a row, placing 3rd. Martin Espenberger had his best finish of his career in the 200 fly, placing 5th overall, and then Bjorn Kamen notched another win in the consolation final, and Bjorn won a best time in his last race as a Tennessee Volunteer. And Guy, Lamar, Nikolai, and Jordan said it better than I can. A national record, a new NCAA championship for Tennessee to end the meet in the best fashion possible. The Vols' 5th place finish was the best team finish since 2001, and it was the first time Tennessee has been back-to-back in the top 6 since 1995 to 1998, and it was the year with the most championship titles. 3 NCAA titles for the Vols. That's the most since 1996.
So nice, you gotta do it twice again.
I'm not the GOAT, but I fit the description.
Vol Nation, check this out. Tennessee won 2 national championships on the 2nd day of competition at NCAAs. Jordan Crooks won the 50-yard freestyle for the 2nd time in his career, and the boys won the 200 freestyle relay for the first time in history. Let's hear what they had to say.
For all 4 of us to be able to put the power tee and represent it the way we did tonight, it means a lot. And to go home with that first place trophy and bring it back to Rocky Top is really special.
We've been thinking a lot. How do you want to execute the relay as best as we can? We have in our minds just have fun, swim fast, and we did that today and we won. And we've been looking for this for the whole year.
Freshman diver Bennett Green got the scoring started on the 1-meter springboard. He was able to notch a 13th place finish overall, the first time a Tennessee freshman has entered the top 16 in that event since 2019. The men's 50 freestyle performances from Tennessee was quite literally one for the history books. Tennessee put 2 swimmers in the top 3 for the first time since 1979. Guy Caribe notched a 3rd place finish, and now he is the 4th fastest performer all time in the event. And Jordan Crooks won his 2nd title in that event. He is one of 4 Vols to win 2 titles in the 50-yard freestyle. And you heard it from the guys. The 200 freestyle relay was Tennessee history. The relay consisted of Jordan Crooks, Guy Caribe, Nikolai Blackman, and Lamar Taylor. In that relay, Crooks and Caribe both went 17.8, the only 2 17s in the entire field. Jordan Crooks broke his school record leading off, and now he has the most 17-point swims in the 50-yard freestyle in history. And here's where the boys ended up. Top of the podium twice for 2 national championships on day number 2.
Ka-chow!
That's wraps on night 1 from the 2025 NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships for the Tennessee Volunteers, and the night ended with a 2nd place finish in the 200 medley relay. Lamar Taylor, Kevin Hausman, Guy Caribe, and Jordan Crooks notched the best finish in school history since 2001, starting off the meet with a bang.
Guy Caribe's 50 butterfly split was the 2nd fastest in the entire field and the 5th fastest of all time. And Jordan Crooks on the freestyle leg had the fastest split in the entire field.
It was a big time swim for the Vols and a silver finish on the podium as we get set for another big day here tomorrow in Federal Way at NCAAs.
Now, as we are talking about some of the different passes that you could possibly have, there are some student ticket passes. So for any student, staff, or faculty, you can get different options to be able to purchase a ticket to Dollywood at a discounted rate.
I believe it's about half the price of an adult ticket.
Yeah.
And all you need to access this ticket is your student ID.
Any ID, you can use it for your family or any of your friends to be able to come to Dollywood. And you would get all the same options as you would in a regular pass as well. So it's a very good opportunity for us here at UT.